Head coach Spencer Carbery, you named Andrew Rowe the 10th captain in team history. Tell us a little about the process and what ultimately led you to decide him to wear the C this season.
Well, we going into the year, myself and assistant coach Ryan Warsofsky, we thought that we would take some time. We didn't want to rush into any type of decision. We wanted to see. We knew who our leadership group would be, and we knew, the experienced guys and the returning guys that we would have in our leadership group, but we didn't really have an identified captain coming back from last year, or a guy that we said this was our captain for this year. So we felt like it was best to take our time, see how things played out with our group, see what leaders sort of rose to the top, and with the amount of new personnel that we have this year, that gave us some time to look at that, and we felt like it was time. We were able to look at the guys over the last month in that, and we felt like Andrew Rowe was the right guy to name our team captain for the 2014-15 season.
What qualities did you see in Andrew, or what examples did you see that really stuck out in your mind as, this guy is starting to separate himself from the rest of the pack?
There's a couple things. I think, first of all, before he even got here, last year, playing against him so much, we saw him 16 times last year, and grew an appreciation for the way he plays the game, the way he approaches the game, the way he has fun with it, but he competes extremely hard, and he wants to win desperately. And you could see that as an opposing coach playing against him. I remember showing clips of him last year to our team about, look at this guy, he's one of the leading scorers in the league, and look how bad he wants it on a Sunday afternoon, and how hard he works and competes for loose pucks. So that was the element, and then coming in and just seeing him interact with our group and the guys from last year. And we've got a ton of leaders on this team. We've got Patrick Gall, we've got Drew McKenzie, Jack Downing, Cody Sylvester even, who was, I believe he was a 3-year captain in Calgary. So we've got a ton of leaders, but we just felt like Andrew is the right guy. He brings the right attitude to the rink every day, and a guy that's an extension of the coaching staff and going to be a great captain for us.
You mentioned that it goes beyond just a C on your jersey in terms of the leadership group for this team. But for Andrew in general, do you feel any heightened expectations or any extra roles that you'll kind of put on his plate going into this year?
I don't think so. I talked to him about that. I said, nothing changes. You've been leading this whole time that you've been here. You relate to guys. He talks to guys. He's very vocal. He's you can tell he's a leader. He's a born leader. He's a guy that people gravitate towards. He's not afraid to speak up when he needs to speak up and say something. I think that there won't be any more added pressure. It's just him being himself. And now all of a sudden you need to be more cognizant of certain little things, and when you may have to do things a little bit differently. But in terms of the way he approaches the game, in terms of the way he prepares and plays, it's business as usual for him, and I don't expect anything to change in that aspect.